Stop. One. Go, y'all. Halt. Present. Good.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing as Justine Rose Zuck, Senior Class Co-President, gives our invocation.
Let us pray. Seniors, thank you so much for coming out tonight. We are blessed to be here, and it is a wonderful occasion, and we have made it. I am so proud of everyone here, and I just want to say congratulations. Thank you so much. In God's name, amen.
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce our distinguished guest. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all names have been called. Please hold your applause until each person has been introduced. From the Office of Superintendent, Dr. Jay Brinson, Superintendent. Representing the Wayne County Board of Education, Mr. Nick Ellis, Chairman. Ms. Janet Royal, Vice Chairman. Mr. Ray Davidson. Ms. Sharon Daniel. Ms. Amy Denny, Director of Curriculum. Dr. Bonnie Gordon, Director of Federal Programs. Ms. Mary Wiles, Director of Special Education. Dr. Lisa Smith, Director of Student Services in Pre-K. Dr. Randy Trapnell, Director of School Food Services. Ms. Sandra Jones, Director of Professional Development and Technology, Ms. Kim Sims, Special Education Facilitator, Ms. Tina Mosley, Instructional Supervisor and Director of Human Resources, Ms. Suzanne Hayes, School Health Coordinator, Ms. Tanya Williams, Chief Financial Officer. Please be seated. Please be seated. Next, I would like to present a group of educators who are responsible for directing the instructional programs in the Wayne County schools. These people, at one time or another, have touched the lives of many of the seniors seated before you. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing until the entire group has been introduced. Again, I would ask that you would hold your applause. Miss Gina Irati, Odom Elementary. Miss Sean Yeomans, Scriven Elementary. Miss Kathy Carter, James E. Bacon Elementary. Dr. Brian Simons, Martha Rawls Smith Elementary. Dr. Mark Priester, Jesup Elementary. Dr. Reggie Burgess, Arthur Williams Middle School. Dr. Pamela Schumann, Martha Puckett Middle School. Thank you. Please be seated. Also seated on the field this evening are individuals whose presence honors the class of 2018. For their countless efforts and involvement in the lives of these seniors, I ask for the Wayne County High School faculty to please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we will now hear from our salutatorian. With a grade point average of 100.92, Andrew James McGraw.
Good evening. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the family, alumni, teachers, students, faculty, and administration who have gathered, some against their will, to celebrate the end of this chapter in our lives. You've each had a profound impact on the development of the class of 2018, and without you, we would not be where we are today. When I first received the call that I'd have to give a speech today, I did the same thing I did with any high school assignment, stressfully watch Netflix and procrastinate as long as possible. When I finally sat down to write, I had no idea what to speak about, but Google suggested that I reflected on the things that I enjoyed while being a student at Wayne County High School. I soon realized that if I did that, the speech would be about 20 seconds, so bear with me while I try something a little different. Seniors, I want you to take a moment to flash back to August 7th, 2014, our first day at Wayne County High School. We wandered around the school wearing our freshman status t-shirts like the massive targets on our chests saying, "I'm lost." Never could we have imagined that the colorful walls of Wayne County High School would have such a heavy influence on who we would become. Over 4 years, we took classes from teachers who tried to crush us with meticulous flashcards, endless reading guides, and daily ace paragraphs. From this, we became professional procrastinators, masters of Quizlet, and skilled skim readers. And now we find ourselves here, moments away from closing this chapter of our lives, from walking across this stage, getting a handshake, and becoming fully functioning members of society. Well, most of us. Now look to your left and look to your right. Now look out into the stands. I want you to find your friends and family and lock eyes with them. And take a moment. I want you to take a moment to realize exactly where you are. You're sitting on the field at JC Stadium, surrounded by those who have supported you, helped you, and loved you. Remember what it felt like to be right here in this moment. Remember what it felt like to have your family and friends look down at you from the stands and how happy they are for you. This is where it all begins, right here, right now. Now, when I look out into the audience, I see two people who, without them, I would not be standing here today. Mom and Dad, thank you for allowing me to chase my dreams. I know that my stubborn and opinionated personality may have driven you crazy at times, but in the end, you were there to support me in every way you could. Our paths together may have diverged over the years, but in the end, you both have shaped me into the person that I am today and will continue to guide me well into the future. Now that my parents and most of the parents in the audience are probably crying, I'll go ahead and wrap this speech up. And I promise to use minimal cliches. The reality we must face is that this is the last time we will all be gathered here as the Wayne County High School class of 2018. Our lives are taking us in different directions, be it the military, college, or straight into the workforce. While I can't stand up here and tell you that the future is certain, I know one thing is for sure. No matter how far from Wayne County High School we venture, we are forever united in spirit as one class of 2018. So, class of 2018, in true high school musical fashion, remember that we're all in this together. And once a Wildcat, Yellow Jacket, always a Yellow Jacket. Thank you.
Next, we will hear from our valedictorian with a grade point average of 101.45, Christina Elaine Thomas.
Good evening, honored guests, administration, teachers, family, friends, and all of the siblings who were forced to show up and look excited for you guys, the class of 2018. When we were in pre-K, academic achievement was awarded with gold stars and stickers. In elementary school, we got buzz bucks and saved them tirelessly for a trip to the school store where we were able to purchase overpriced Dollar Tree items. In 8th grade, Martha Puckett gave us a carnival. That was cool, and it's one of the many reasons MPMS is the best middle school in town, just saying. And now, in high school, the supposed smart people get to do what many people rank higher than death on their list of fears. Public speaking. If this is what growing up is like, I don't want to. When my brother found out that I was giving this speech, he reminded me of one of his favorite quotes, so I thought I would share it. It goes like this: some days you're the dog, and other days you're the fire hydrant. Unless, of course, you're Ford Townsend, then you're always the fireman. Now, my first reaction to his quote was my initial reaction to most things. What? But then I thought about it, and I think he's got a good point. You would all agree with me when I say that high school had some bad days. EOCs, GPAs, ACTs, SATs, and every other acronym possible was crammed down our throats. Freshman year, we couldn't even have our phones out at lunch, at least not when Widener was around. The 400 hall windows are high enough off the ground to remind you of a prison. Several of our science teachers have metal rods to drop at their wheel, and our principal is an Auburn fan. So yeah, we've had some fire hydrant days, but we had dog days too. Each of us is here on this field today with memories that we will take with us for the rest of our lives. I'll never forget the day Adrian and Sydney Grace and I became the first girls swim relay from Wayne County High School to qualify for state in over a decade. We ate pizza afterwards. It was awesome. Another unforgettable moment was Fields of Faith right here in JC Stadium, watching Wayne County lift up the name of Jesus Christ. I've got countless more memories, and I know you do too. Through it all, I think the most practical thing I learned is best summed up by the great philosopher and economist, Franklin Gwill. He says, there's no such thing as free lunch. Turns out, Mr. Gwill wasn't just talking about the stuff we eat. He was actually low-key telling us to work our butts off, because success in life isn't served to you on a silver platter. Each small victory is earned in the early mornings and late nights, won through the day-to-day consistency and persistence that it has taken for us to get where we are right now. It's not the smartest, prettiest, wealthiest, or funniest people who make it the farthest in life. It's the people who see suffering through hard things as a launching ramp, not a wall. As Fulton, the High School Musical guy we hated, almost as much as Sharpay put it, what we need from you is not inspiration, but perspiration. The High School Musical is for you, Emily. And from middle school on, it's been people like Emily, Becca, Andrew, Peyton, to name just a few, that have been there to remind me that there are no shortcuts when it comes to hard work. Of all the people in my life, I have my parents to thank the most for teaching me that. I would also like to thank my family and friends for putting up with me, as well as the teachers I have had over the last 14 years. Thank you to my swim coaches who have helped me not drown. And above all, I thank God for the opportunity that He has given me, alongside you all, to be a Yellow Jacket for life. In closing, I want to remind you that life in real time is messy. The fingerprints of God are often invisible until you look at them in the rearview mirror, but I promise you they are there. So going forward with Him is really more about who you are becoming than where you're going. It's less about the ins and outs of what you do and more about how well you do everything that you do, about how often you reach into the lives of others and lift them up. So challenge yourself and chase your dreams, and never forget to hug all the people who help you along the way. I wish you all the best. Thank you, and go Jackets.
We are now going to recognize several groups of graduates who have excelled at meeting the criteria as set forth by your agenda at the local, state, and national levels. You will find the criteria for these recognitions in your program. As you are recognized, please stand. Will the Georgia Scholars please stand? Thank you. Will the Wayne County Scholars please stand? Thank you. Will the members of the 1100 Club please stand? Thank you. Would the recipients of the President's Award for Educational Excellence please stand? Thank you. Will the honor graduates please stand? Thank you. Will the dual enrollment students please stand? Thank you. Would the Beta Club students please stand? Thank you. Would the CTAE Pathway Credential students please stand? Thank you. Would the Governor's Honors Program students please stand? Thank you. This concludes the portion of tonight's activities where the students are being recognized for their special academic achievements. In a few minutes, we will begin to present the diplomas to our well-deserving seniors. But first, in tonight's seating arrangement, you will notice a vacant chair. This chair is placed in memory of Senior Brianne Catherine Appler. Please join me in a moment of silence as we honor this student. Thank you. This is the moment you have waited years to see. In order to maintain the dignity of this event, we ask that you remain in your seat and please hold your applause until all seniors have received their diplomas. We also ask that you refrain from moving towards the graduates to take pictures. At the end of our ceremony, we invite everyone to come down on the field and enjoy this night with our seniors. Mr. Superintendent and Chairman of the Board, the class of 2018 is now ready to receive their diplomas.
By the authority vested in me as superintendent of Wayne County Schools, I hereby certify that these students have met the requirements as set forth by the State Department of Education and the Wayne County Board of Education.
Will the 2018 graduating class of Wayne County High School come forward and receive your diplomas?
Christina Elaine Thomas, Andrew James McGraw, Calista Lynn Moore, Justine Rose Zuck, Peyton Elizabeth Parker, Zachary Barrett Lane, Samantha Elizabeth Mendez, Bradley Alexander Manning, Carly Brooke Miller, Taylor Kelsey Aaron, Andrew Anthony Allen, Sydney Blake Allen, Christopher Michael Auslin, Madison Danielle Barnard, Brianna Elizabeth Batten, Becca Winnell Bennett, Gloria Jane Blaylock, Justin Ryan Bobo, Madison Emmeline Brake, Adley Grayson Branch, Caitlin Denise Brantley, Chasen David Bryant, Chase Andrew Bunch, Haley Madison Birch, Ashley Faith Burkhalter, John Dakota Bustler, Shelby Madison Campbell, Lauren Casey Kaysen, Keaton George Chauncey, Jacob Aaron Clary, Larry Parks Collins III, Jessica Lee Coursey, Zion Marquise Dancer, Dalton Parker Davidson, Haley Amber Dennison, Grace Evelyn Dixon, Adam Keith Doubleday, Jamison Arlen Drawdy, Jasper Stephen Dubberly, Sage Elizabeth Fender, Destiny Nicole Flowers, Samuel Kent Fountain, Rebecca Brianne Fox, Gracie Allen Fry, Valerie Natalie Takax Gaboa, Jade Shatiria Grant, Clayton Glenn Hardenbrook, Andrew Shannon Headley, Michael Logan Heflin, Margaret Jasmine Hostetler, CJ Michael Howell, Terrence Innes, Jasmine Gracie Jordan, Mackenzie Abigail Marie Landon, Sydney Michelle Lantrip, Erin Nicole Long, Alma Isabel Garcia Manning, Emily Faith Manning, Leslie Ann Mansfield, LaDacia Renaya Manson, James Earl Michael, Jerry Benjamin Milligan, Eden Hope Morris, Benton Ezekiel Oliver, Carlton Mackenzie Oliver Jr., Madison Rose O'Quinn, Jonathan Garrett Overholt, William Hampton Parker IV, Ria Karan Patel, Lily Alexandra Piegler, Savannah Lee Pear, Carson Nathaniel Popple, Abby Ray Potts, Bryson Larry Priester, Lorna Shailene Ratliff, Brooke Leanne Reese, Cheyenne Victoria Reese, Genesis Alexis H. Rimbert, Andrea Daniela Mendez Rosas, Shelby Lynn Sands, David Harl Scott, Tyler James Shadron, Evan Lee Sloan, Alyssa Elena Smith, Caleb Ambrose Smith, Jason Michael Smith Jr., Joshua Hayden Smith, Nicholas Andrew Southworth, Mia Sky Spinola, Brittany Kayla Cernsey, Shelby Grace Cernsey, Mary Christina Tillman, William Stanford Babe Townsend, Willie C. Vaughn IV, Lizandra Melanie Vasquez, Miranda Cheyenne Wainscott, Brandy Nicole Wash, Reagan Elaine Weaver, Andrew Jacob West, Hannah Lene Williamson, Hunter Jacob Bora Sophia Woodson, Seth Ryan Adams, Kashayla Renee Adkins, Emily Rose Aginiga, Brian Alexis Aguilar, Elizabeth May Aldridge, Ezra Zaire Anderson, Carly Eva Anderson, Zion Shakur Anderson, Diavante Marcus Andrews, Haley Faye Barber, Jaden Ashton Barnes, Christopher Jalil Barnhill, Preston Lee Barrow, Amber Christian Barwick, Sterling Drake Bateman, Angel Salazar Bautista, Kaylin Alexandria Nicole Beaver, Jason Lee Beecher, Roger Devon Bennett, Javarius Mayon Bell, Clifton Lindell Bennett, Cody Scott Bennett, Shaheem James Jaquan Black, Lloyd Cameron Blanton, Shayla Elise Britton, Lanasia Nakaya Tobias Brown, Gavin Mitchell Brown, Michaela Kendriana Jalen Brown, Nizaya Buggs, Rosalie Caldera, Darian Alexander Carter, Justin Patrick Carter, Tyressa Iman Carter, Cage Allen Chadwick, Donovan James Chansey, Griffin Bailey Clark, Jesse Henry Clark, Ladarius Dwayne Clemens, Caden Mark Collins, Dylan Lee Copeland, Taylor Brianna Korn, Caitlin Marie Cornelius, Austin Cole Cruz, John Thomas Crosby, Macy Nicole Crosby, Leanne Marie Crummy, Lila Renee Crummy, Dylan Brian Dahlgren, Dalton Gage Daniels, Laquan DeJean Daniels, Brendan Dwayne Davis, John Thomas Davis, Trinity Ariana Deshawn Davis, Christina Maria Mojer Delida, Tyra Rachel D'Souza, Griffin Michael DePietro, Rashonda Benica Dumas, Samantha Morgan Dubberly, Megan Elizabeth Dowling, Autumn Renee Driggers, William Dawson Duncan, Andreas Krishan Dunlap, Stephen Marcus Edwards, Trey Houston Eliam, Jess Malik Evans, Jarrett Hayes Faircloth, Manuel Jose Figueres, Ivory Brooke Flowers, Amber Rose Francis, Deja Shailene Fuller, Zachary Mikhail Fuller, Ebony Tian Fulmore, Kyle Wayne Grant, Manaya Kamara Rashawn Green, Stevie Alyssa Griffiths, Bradley Thomas Groover, Hunter Michael Hall, Tristan Angelique Elizabeth Hammock, Joy Luann Harbaugh, Alexander Jaden Harris, Austin Tyler Harris, McKinley Blaine Harvey, Holden Ryan Hawkins, Zamir Rahman Hayes, Elena Louise Hendricks, Andia Lynn Herman, Kayla Jane Hill, Russell Garrett Hilton, Trinquel Tariq Hallway, Demikion Malik Holsey, Aaron Christopher Holt, Taylor Cassidy Hoover, Tanaya Lantrell Hopkins, Jamarion Javar Hunter, Callie Gail Jackson, Cassandra Ann Jackson, Terrier Monet Jackson. Aaron Johnson, Danielle Aaliyah Johnson, James Edwin Johnson, Tristan Dane Johnson, Thomas Dwight Joyner, Brandon Lee Jones, Chris Levante Jones, Elijah DeQuan Jones, Caitlin Brenda Kennedy, Joshua Todd King, Camden Riley Knighton, Maurice Cade Lambert, Aiden Nathaniel Lane, Sky Mackenzie Blake Lee, Quadnarius Devon Quashawn Leggett, Brandon Tyler Lewis, Casey Emmett Long, Jeffrey Q. Long, Willie Lee Love III, Daquan Jakion Mackey, Mary Grace Manning, Micah Atreyu Manning, Hayden Aaron Mansfield, Samuel Joseph McCraney, Chandler Patrick McDuffie, Justin Michael McKeithen, Keith Bernard McNeil Jr., Janae Alexius Medlock, Rakaya Sion Javia Merritt, Annabeth Maddie Michael, Sarkinia Amaya Miller, Evilianis Vasquez Myron, Charles Albert Mitchell Jr., Marissa Grace Moody, Jackson Payne Moore, Kendrick Logan Moore, Michael Andrew Morgan, Patricia Annette Morgan, Keandra Alexis Moss, Mark Hampton Murphy, Jaden Harvey Myers, Ashlyn Angel Needham, Tiffany Brooke Needham, Holly Roseanne Judy Marie Neely, Austin William Nelson, Dustin Lance Nelson, Brittany Nicole Nettles, Samuel London Nettles, Erica Serrano Nolasco, Katie Marie Oldham, Logan Joseph Oliver, Tanija Tyon Paisley, Spence Miguel Pierce Jr., Tanner Floyd Pillow, Taylor Lee Pillow, Destiny Corinna Orozco, Kelly Alexis Popple, Hunter Boone Price, Faith Elizabeth Priester, Kyle Austin Prophet, Ethan Elijah Pye, Jada Marie Quarterman, Joshua Dayton Ramsey Jr., Austin Lee Rickenbaugh, Lindsay Marie Reiner, Zachary Clayton Robinson, Jamie Lynn Rogers, Jeffrey Allen Rogers, Abigail Dawn Romage, Dorothy Jane Rue, Alaric Michael Sapko, Jason LaShawn Sheffield Jr., Tyrese Damon Simpson, Anessa Tanjike Smiley, Janasia Kiana Smith, Nathaniel Hawk Smith, Tomar Lafayette Smith, Adriana Raven Snook, Trinity Dean St. Thomas, Kaylee Arizona Stevens, Connor Gavin Stevens, Brooke Elizabeth Carter Stevens, Timothy Dalton Stewart, Kieran Michael Strong, Randy Cameron Swain, Seth Hunter Swain, Caleb Austin Taylor, Kemian Denario Taylor, Alexandria Gabrielle Thomas, Brad Elliott Thomas Jr., Braylon Isaiah Thomas, Denzel Isaiah Thomas, Zachary Brian Thomas, Zakia Kalizia Denise Thomas, Rafael Antonio Torrado, Lizette Tlacqua, Lamont Sincere Trent, Peyton Allen Twilley, Gonzalo Antonio Vaquerano, Taylor Sierra Warner, Javen Taylor Wasden, Michael David Watkins, Shadavia Jebrene Alexia West, Cassidy Faith Wheelis, Victoria Lee Whitley, Mason Darrell Wiggins, Ariana Nicole Williams, Macarius Tyrell Williams, Carly Ariana Williamson, Corey Madison Withrow, Kaylee Christine Wood, Madison Grace Yeomans, Joseph Louise Yornette Jr.
Seniors, please stand. At this time, please move your tassel to the left to signify that you are graduates of Wayne County High School. Will the audience please stand and join us in the singing of our alma mater?
We honor thee for all you've done to help us, great and small. We stand erect with heads unbowed to ever heed thy call. Honor the gold and the white, hold them high. Cling to the things that are right, Wayne County High. Cherish the memories of days that were bright, and forget every cloud in the sky. Hail to Wayne County High.
Congratulations to the graduates of the 2018 class of Wayne County High School.